Issue that if nothing happens, they'll be back to this situation around the middle of August yet again. So what are these concerns or matters organized labor is expecting SSNIT to address? Joining me via Zoom is Director of Research for Organized Labor, Dr. Akufo-Addo, for more on this. Dr. Otoo, good afternoon. Welcome to the pause. If you can kindly unmute for me, Doctor.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Perfect. So can you walk us through what you are asking SSNIT to do within 1 month, failure upon which you will possibly escalate what you wanted to do today?
Okay. Thank you. I think there are many issues with SSNIT. And if you remember, recently the ILO evaluation report listed a number of those issues.
Right.
What is most important is that, under the new Pension Act, SSNIT is supposed to do valuations of its scheme every 3 years. So as we know it today, since 2011, SSNIT has been doing this valuation report, but has kept it a secret. So the latest one that we have seen and we've all discussed was dated back to 2020. There has been one in 2011, there has been one in 2014, there has been one in 2017 and 2020. Interestingly, the ILO lists a number of things for SSNIT to address. And you can be sure the 2014 recommendations are repeated in 2020.
Right.
Meaning that SSNIT actually isn't doing much about some of these issues. Now, to be specific, our pensions are very low in this country. They are highly poor. SSNIT investments are not doing well. You know that returns on SSNIT assets are far below the risk-free rate of treasury bills. We have raised these issues many times. And in fact, since 2022, we have called for a national dialogue on pensions. Nobody has listened to us. So we think that this is the time for us to sit SSNIT down and its board and managers to be able to address all the issues related to pension. Mind you, we have in this country pensioners going home with less than 500 Ghana cedis a month.
Is that the doing of SSNIT? Isn't the fact that perhaps your contribution was low? Based on the calculation, that's how much you are getting. So isn't the problem from where you are working and how much money they are paying to represent your contribution?
So it's part of it, but you should remember that SSNIT pension is a solidarity pension. It's based on insurance solidarity principle. So where if you invest well and you have enough resources, you are able to solidarize to compensate for those that earn very low incomes. But we have come to know that SSNIT investments are not doing well. So it is not just the hotels. There are many SSNIT buildings in Accra, World Trade Center, the trash towers.
Right.
They are all empty, built with millions of dollars of workers' funds. Why are they empty? What was the management process that led to the situation in which those assets find themselves? And I mean, since 2019, SSNIT presented to NPRA an investment guidelines showing exactly what it will do with SSNIT, with pension workers. So for example, it projected that it will invest 60% of pension funds in fixed income securities, and it ended up doing only 22%. It projected that it would do some 25% in equities, but ended up doing about 50% in equities, about 25% in unlisted equities. All of these things do not really earn much for SSNIT. In fact, if you take the risk-free rate of treasury bills, SSNIT projection in that guideline was that they will do 17% of their investment in treasury bills. They ended up doing only 3%. Why is it that they themselves cannot even keep to their guidelines when it comes to SSNIT investment?
But
there are many.
Yes, Dr. Otoo, I wanted to come in. So sorry for butting in, but I mean the concerns you raise about the poor investment decisions of SSNIT, which ultimately is responsible for the low pension they pay to beneficiaries when they go on retirement. Doesn't that answer the reason why SSNIT wants to offload 60% of its stake in these hotels? The claim is that the hotels are not doing well. If they continue to invest, to put money into an entity that is not bringing the needed returns, then it will affect the bottom line in terms of how much they will pay to beneficiaries under the scheme. So doesn't that answer the very question why SSNIT wants to undertake this exercise to allow some financial injection into the hotels through the participation of the private sector?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, doctor.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
So we understand that statement or that explanation from SSNIT, but let's go back. Let's understand. Why is it that Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, isn't doing well? Mensvik is doing well. Errata Hotel is doing well. All these medium-sized small hotels run by individuals, they are doing well. We ought to understand. Because we have a culture in this country where we deliberately run down state assets in preparation for privatization. And especially when it's being privatized to individuals connected to government, it becomes too difficult to accept.
Right.
So let's go back. Let's understand, why is it that a prime hotel like La Beach, La Palm Royal, I mean, people selling cocoa in this country are making profit. They are going bad. How on earth? And in fact, if SSNIT management, the board, tells us that they cannot...
Hello, doctor? Right, so, I mean, yes, please go on. Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Please go on. You were making a
point.
So
the point I'm making is that if all these top-tier, small, medium-sized hotels in Accra, Kumasi, and everywhere are making profit, and if SSNIT board and its management tells them that they cannot turn around a prestigious hotel like Labadi Beach and La Palm Royal, then they probably should give way to others who can do it, and not take the easy route of saying that let's privatize it.